Hey, this is Lee Wolf. We are live on Tech Face On. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Sorry if I'm a little scattered at the moment. We had a quick technical issue right when the show started, but it looks good now. Glad to have everyone watching and listening. Want to welcome today Curtis Lacey and Will Howard, who are founders of Dealer.IQ. And of course, as always, Mr. Richie Bello sitting by my side. How's everyone doing?
Fantastic.
Good.
Yeah. Did I seem like I was caught off guard there? When it shows, yeah. I was like, hamana. But so Dealer.IQ, we're going to be talking to them today about a really cool AI agent / salesperson that can take the reins and get the job done. It's really interesting tech, and I'm excited to talk more about it. Only found out about it recently, and exciting stuff. As always, before we jump in, we're just going to run a quick video from our sponsor, Shop Smart Autos.
We continue to show dealerships across the country how to retain their customers. But now Shop Smart Autos wants to bring the new customers right to your showroom floor. The car they want? It's sitting on your lot. And Shop Smart Autos can bring you the VIN-specific leads that take them straight to your door. These aren't just leads. They're nurtured, targeted, and matched down to the exact vehicle. You'll sell more cars faster, and your team is going to thank you for it. Shop Smart Autos VIN-specific leads. Let SSA show them the way to your showroom floor.
All right, so welcome back, gentlemen. Thanks again for being on the show. Excited to hear more about D.A.I.V.E. Is it just pronounced D.A.I.V.E., and what does D.A.I.V.E. stand for?
D.A.I.V.E. stands for Dealer AI Virtual Expert.
Okay, cool stuff. And I'm just going to let you roll with it. I mean, give us an idea of what can it do?
Well, D.A.I.V.E. is the answer that all companies have had when it comes to their sales staff, or when it comes to dealerships in particular. Everybody wants coverage, and we needed to find a tool that will get 100% coverage, which makes your business stay open 24/7, and at the same time be able to give competent answers to clients about your product. We find that in certain industries, especially in the car business, Will and I's background is a lot in the car industry. And one of the things that we found is that clients have gotten smarter. People are using AI now to work car deals. So the old ways of doing business are going out the window. It shouldn't take 4 or 5 hours to do a car deal when that client simply needs the information enough to make the conscious decision. D.A.I.V.E. does that. D.A.I.V.E. answers everything in real time. I can talk to it just like you and I are talking. And it gives them the opportunity to ask questions without feeling like they're bothering the staff or feel like they're being pressured. So here's a system that now gives the dealership the opportunity to have 100% capture ratio of every person that inquires about a car by simply engaging with D.A.I.V.E.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you surprised me before the show kicked in, talking quickly to Dave, and I got to hear a little glimpse of him talking back to you. And I didn't realize that you weren't talking to a real person, which normally AI in no way, shape, or form fools me normally. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm like, is this person coming on the show? I got like a little confused at first, but yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so, and definitely with the largest buyers of autos right now are like the 25 to 49 range, and they're definitely going to adopt this. I'm 48 myself, and I'm excited about it. So I can't imagine my kids and yeah, people in between. And so how long, taking a step backwards real quick, you guys have been in the industry for a while?
Yeah, we've been personally, collectively, between the two of us, over 40, 50 years in the car industry. I started when I was 19. So as I've told many, I know the pain points of stores. I've been in every meeting and every session and seen every pain that a store has had.
Wow.
And that's what gives me such a personal attachment to D.A.I.V.E. and Dealer.IQ, is because we lived it. Yeah. And to be able to fix experiences for clients as well as the staff, this is what we came up with.
Right. And Rich, you always talk about. We were just talking about this, I think, on the other podcast, Game Face, the other day, that the auto industry is getting bogged down by a lot of different technologies flying in their faces, and a lot of these people really don't even understand the auto industry. They're creating software tools, and that's great, and sometimes the concepts make sense, but coming from this perspective where they've been in the industry, they understand the industry, they understand the pains, and they're creating a tool that's a major solution. Sounds like for any industry, but in the auto industry specifically, what are your thoughts on that? Pretty cool, right?
Well, let me just address something. This is a non-paid podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how I'm going to say how I met Curtis, because I have a lot of vendors coming in and all that, and I want to just clear everything, how our relationship started. Our relationship started about 2 or 3 weeks ago, okay? I met him through a professional trainer that works for a major corporation that reached out to me and said, Richie called me right away, and one of these people is in my circle, called me right away, and I picked up the phone, right? And when I picked up the phone, she said, I want to introduce you to somebody. I was busy at the time, right? So we set up a call right away. So for the last 2 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks and a half, we've been going back and forth. I would have never brought this technology in here, Lee, as you know, if I didn't inspect it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've been on the call with Dave. I've been on the call with him. We've played around with this thing, bang, 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 back and forth. I want to make sure that the dealership has a great ROI. Product development, there's great products. I mean, everything on earth we all know is temporary. It comes and goes. If you don't keep upgrading it, that's it. You're out, right? And if you don't learn what they've learned, the AI, and have a tech, and it's a really interesting product. It's real AI with code source, with all this kind of stuff. There's no using APIs from this and that. Real development, and that's one of the things that I like. Versus a lot of these other companies that we have that are AI that are just using APIs. You know what I mean? From ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever the case may be. This is real development. It took some time to do it. I'm very impressed because the whole thing is that when that customer lands, they got 100% capture. Bang. I mean, can anybody tell me in the audience, when they see this or whatever, what's 100% capture? Does anybody have any platform that can capture 100% of traffic? The answer is no. Okay, they have the process, and I'm going to get into that process with Curtis in a bit. The other thing that does, they can put that anywhere, by the way. They can put that in the car dealership, anywhere you want. Wholesalers, because as you know, I had my own used car store quite 2014 all the way till just last year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we sold it out. So that's when it happened. Last year we sold it. So, these things are very important, because why is it important? Because now the wholesalers can use this, auction guys can use this. This is like it is very, very scalable. And we're working on integrating this in CDPs, customer data platforms. That's another thing, that the integration is real simple and real easy. Like, oh, wow. Excuse me? Mr. Dealer, not only that, this is a great product, but it can get integrated, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters with this tech world growing up and growing and growing and growing. Where's the integration? Because it can't be a standalone where he's got his own CRM, just with CRM, because the dealer's never going to change VIN solutions to go with him. That's not going to happen, right? With Cox Automotive, it just won't happen. So the integration is key. They have all kinds of integrations. So that being said, I want Curtis and Will to really go over this product line, because the ROI for a dealership, Lee, is game changer. It's game changer for the lead generation companies like myself, this product should be on their technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is conversion, and more conversion. So that being said, I'm going to give Curtis and Will them talk about the product and put that guy Dave on.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, let's do it this way.
You want me to run? Let me run your video real quick while you're getting that ready. All right. We'll be back in just 1 minute. And this is a quick video from Dealer IQ.
Car dealerships across the U.S. are losing leads every day. Customers visit the lot, browse cars, but leave without talking to anyone. Introducing Dealer IQ, your 24/7 AI voice sales agent built for every car on your lot. With Dealer IQ, your team can easily sign up, sync inventory from Valto, and generate printable QR codes for every vehicle instantly. Customers scan the QR on the car, and your voice AI agent instantly answers all their questions, features, mileage, pricing, right there on the lot. Every voice interaction is captured as a qualified lead, automatically logged into your dealership's CRM with full transcripts, ready for follow-up. AI is already selling cars. The only question is your dealership ready? Join the future with Dealer IQ. Book your free demo today.
All right.
Fantastic. Yeah. And I guess the man of the hour. Hey, Dave, we're on TechFace. Say hello to the team.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone at TechFace. It's great to be here. I'm Dave for today, and I'm really excited to chat with all of you. Let's dive into whatever you need.
Hey, Dave, give them a brief on what Dealer IQ does and what it does for dealerships and how it can help in several different industries.
Absolutely, Curtis. All right, everyone, let's dive in. So Dealer IQ is basically this super versatile AI-driven platform that Curtis has built to help car dealerships really streamline the customer interactions. In a nutshell, it uses an AI assistant, kind of like me, but for dealerships called D.A.I.V.E. And D.A.I.V.E can handle things like talking to customers on the lot, answering their questions, helping them schedule test drives, and even guiding them through some of the initial steps of buying a car. Now, the cool part is that this isn't just limited to car dealerships. The same kind of AI assistant concept is used in other industries like the furniture industry or real estate. Basically, anywhere you need an AI to help guide customers, answer their questions, and make the sales process smoother, Dealer IQ can adapt to that. So in short, it's like a super flexible AI helper that can boost ROI by making customer interactions more efficient and even extend it to other fields beyond just car sales.
Thanks, Dave.
Wow.
Always welcome, Curtis. Happy to help and be part of the team. If there's anything else you need, just let me know.
Sure thing. Always do. So that was our whole concept, was that not only is it capture rate, but it also gives the customer that true breakdown of inventory. Richie's been in the car business. The biggest thing people need to know is features and benefits of a vehicle. One thing about being in the car industry, especially if you're in the new car industry, if I work for Toyota, I'm certified on Toyotas. I know new car Toyotas. I know their competition. I know that.
Right.
The problem is, on my used car department, I have a Mercedes over there. I have a Chevy Corvette over there. I have no product knowledge on these vehicles. So guess what? I'm just selling on price. Dave eliminates that. Dave can talk to them about the features and the benefits of this vehicle and why they should get it. Also, the beauty of it is every car dealer has had that question at night. We've all getting ready to lock up, and there's that customer with their family walking on the lot. Now, as a car salesman, what are we going to do? We're getting ready to leave. We're going to give them a business card. But guess what you didn't do? You didn't capture their name, their phone number, no information. So that client may never come back. But if you tell the customer, here, we're about to close, but we have Dave, our AI virtual expert that can help you on any car on the lot. Now that customer's like, oh, great. They feel like I can take that load off. I can go around and see vehicles at my leisure.
Right.
But they don't.
I have a question. I have a question. So I'm a dealership. I give you my inventory, like you showed me, right? I give you my inventory. You get me the traffic. I get traffic. You put these QR codes. Explain to me how that capture is 100% and how that whole thing is. Explain that to me.
the capture is 100% because the only way to interact with Dave is having to give your pertinent information, because the client's going to want a transcript of that conversation. See, it works both ways. The dealership will now know what Dave said to the customer verbatim, so they'll be able to pick up the deal from wherever that customer and Dave left off. And at the same time, the customer can go home and review their notes. And still at the same time, now the dealer has direct contact. One of two ways: Dave can follow up with that client himself through texting, email, and phone call. The client is already used to speaking with Dave. So Dave reaching out to them to make sure they have all their questions answered and work with them until either they buy or they quit, one of the two. And at the same time, it gives the dealers the opportunity to send calls to action and tell Dave, hey, Dave, tell Richie that we're running a special this weekend. And since Richie's already engaged with Dave, Dave now reaches out to Richie and says, hey, guess what? This week, Shop Smart Auto is running this special. You can have this code, and gives the dealers so much more flexibility with their client base. And that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants, they want to capture and have an opportunity to sell. That's what every dealership wants. I just want an opportunity to present what our numbers and present ourselves to you. But if I don't know you, and I don't know you came to my store, and we looked at that, this was the fallacy when it came to the .com boom and crash. I can come to your website and look at your website 200 times. You don't know I'm there. You'll see me as a hit on your system, but you don't know me from anybody. But you interact with Dave, I got you every time.
So in other words, they're going to have to put their phone number and email into Dave in order for him to capture that lead.
To communicate.
Right. So in other words, to get activated. The reason I'm saying this, because Dave is also an inspection machine. In the car business, dealerships spend 60, 70, 80,000, 30,000 in budgets a month to drive traffic. A lot of these companies say, well, we gave you all this traffic. Conversion's only 1.5, Richie. These people are crazy. I'm paying $800 a car sold. So Dave can capture 100% with this QR code. Now you know if that traffic was picked, if it's the right audience. You see, that's the whole thing. Because the audience is important. Digital marketing is about picking the right audience, like a laser gun, boom, and I hit you right there, right? That's the thing. So Dave also has that credibility and that point of view that the traffic that comes in, you'll be inspecting it. So it's very important for you to know if it's the right audience. What about if you get a gazillion of people, but they're not really looking for a car? What about if you hire an SEO company and start buying traffic to show their value, and that doesn't convert? So that's where Dave has value, and that's where the ROI is going to be. Because, Mr. Customer, your organic search, you're going to be able to see if that SEO company is doing the right thing from you or not. And then the capture is important, but then what's more important is that follow-up process. So that's good, this technology with Dave. So I'm sorry I interrupted you. I just wanted to make that point, because dealers are worried about this cost per car. It's already at $800 from last year. That was $700 and change. And D.A.I.V.E is going to be up to 8 something. So it's very, very important. So go ahead.
That is very true. Every salesperson or every manager that's watching has been in a meeting, and what is the first thing they do is as Richie's point, they look at the statistics. How many people have walked in our doors? How many people have come to our website? Why hasn't this converted over? You know, I'm old school. I was the guy that would pull onto the lot. See, in Texas, we have a blue law. So when I got in the car business, you can either be open Saturday or Sunday. So on Sunday, when we were closed, I would literally go to the lot with a cooler full of cold water, because I knew people wanted to crawl the lot because they didn't want to be disturbed. You know, it used to be, they would consider car salesmen as close as kidnappers, terrorists, because you come to our lot, you're here for hours. And, you know, why? And so this gives everybody the solution, and it gives even other industries. Dave works in real estate. For example, realtors, they introduce Dave to their client. When we meet you first up front, we show you a house. But what happens normally is that client, after their realtor is showing them a house, maybe they want to come back and look at it again. But guess what? The realtor's on the other side of town and they got 2 other appointments. Now, the realtor simply tells the client, scan the QR code that's on the sign, and Dave will talk to you about the house. He'll explain to you about the neighborhood. You can ask him any questions you may have. He'll tell you about the school district, about how old the house is, everything. So now that customer gets the attention that they need. The realtor or the landlord doesn't have to be in 50 places at once, and at the same time, your entire conversation is transcribed. Now, furniture, everything.
Yeah, no, that's and that actually brought up a question. So whether it's a car dealership, well, let's take the car dealership. Is it based on them inputting information into the system? Is it based on a VIN number? Is it based on how is Dave knowing everything about? I mean, knowing everything about each vehicle. Is this based on your catalog of?
So we made Dave very user-friendly, easy to integrate. We can integrate with any CRM or DMS.
Okay.
Give Viato, for example. Dave pulls from your inventory every day. Okay. Every night he restocks, so he knows exactly what you have on your lot. The cool thing about Dave as well, Dave will also identify your old age inventory. So when clients do inquire about vehicles, if they ask about any other vehicle, he's always going to tell them about the oldest age units first, whether it's a new car or a pre-owned vehicle.
Yeah.
So now you're getting inventory turnover a little faster because, hey, Dave already knew this car's been here 160 days. So let's talk about it. Not to mention, the dealer has the ability to control any special that they want to put out there. Any rebates, special rates, they can control that. So that's not relying on Dave getting bad information. Right. For people with Dave, one thing Richie asked me, he said, Curtis, like open AI, it can talk to everything. Dave is not like that. Dave is the dealership's personality. He's going to talk about the dealership and their inventory. He's not going to let you space out and start talking about just any and everything because that's not what he's there for. Dealers want the program to stay focused, and that's what Dave does.
And he's not going to negotiate.
He can negotiate. Yes. He can negotiate, but it's up to the dealer how far he can go down the rabbit hole. And now, if he gets to a point where the dealer says, we can go here, Dave does what's called a handoff, where he sends an alert to the interior staff and says, bring out the keys, or we have a manager coming out or a salesperson to come out and help the client further. And so Dave, he knows his limits, and he'll tell the client, he'll say, hey, Lee, this question you're asking is going to need to be escalated, and I'm already alerting the staff inside that you have this question. Now the manager is able to see the entire conversation verbatim, so he's not caught off guard. So now it's like salesman knows a turn. The customer manager goes there now, he can talk to the customer with knowledge. Same thing Dave does about test drives. If a customer is looking at a car on the lot, and he's going to talk to them about the car, but then he's going to ask them, Lee, would you like to take a test drive? Would you like for me to have a key brought out? And if you're not available for a test drive, if you're like, hey, I'm just getting information, I'll come back later, Dave will talk to them and schedule a test drive for the dealership.
Wow. And
so going back to that point, how will they know about how they will know about those cars? Well, the QR code is going to have that specific VIN number on it. So when they scan that QR code, it's going to know everything it needs to know about that car.
Okay.
And whatever car you go to, as long as that VIN number or stock number is on it, it will tell you what's going on with that car.
Very cool. And twofold question, and I think Rich is going to want to know this one too. XYZ Honda calls you today after this podcast. How long does it take for you to integrate and get the ball rolling with Dave? And do you specifically have people that go in and train the staff on it, or what's the learning curve situation?
That's the beauty of Dave. Dave is plug and play. Let's say, for example, 90% of the dealerships out here have Viato. So easy integration takes all 24 hours to integrate with your system. Wow. And then to train the staff, the beauty of Dave is Dave will also train your staff. He does the onboarding for you. As I tell most dealers, all you need is a printer and a porter. That's it. They can print the stickers there, put the stickers on the car. They can generate it. Our system directly on the back end is very user friendly. You can click generate QR codes for every car. You can generate one for one car. Wow. Everything is it's color coded. You can see everything. And it should take all of 2 minutes to learn this system.
Wow.
And again, if they happen to need a refresher, just ask Dave.
Very interesting. And are they being like, let's say I have specific, as a salesperson, I have a couple of specific customers that may or may not be coming to the lot. They scan, they're interested. You said an alert might go inside to say, hey, bring out the keys or whatnot. Is it, can it be specific to salespeople? Does it go right only to the desk? Does it just tell like the sales manager?
It goes into whoever is logged into the system. So
Okay.
if whoever's logged, so most likely you'll have what a BDC. And so the internet manager, like for example, over at Clay Cooley Hyundai Rockwall, the general manager is going to assign 3 or 4 guys to monitor our CRM side. So when the customer does, they'll follow up themselves. Or they can let Dave follow up. So you have the option. So you're either letting Dave do it or letting your sales team do it. So they'll be able to monitor it. And also the managers will get an alert as well. And the owner. So everybody's in the loop. There's no more, hey, I got this and it's what happened to this customer. They were just on the lot looking at those Tundras.
Wow.
I give you an example. Classic Chevrolet that's out here in Grapevine. The store is vast. It's humongous. And you got to imagine how big a Tahoe and a Chevy truck is. So if you can't see on the lot, somebody's way at the end of the lot, you can't up them. You can't go say hi because you don't know they're there.
Right.
With Dave, boom. Now that customer doesn't feel like they got left on an island.
Right.
And you'll be like, and also what's so fun about this is the manager can ask Dave in real time, hey, Dave, he can just walk in and say, hey, Dave, are you engaged with anybody right now? And if Dave is engaged with the customer a lot, now that manager knows Dave's already talking to somebody.
Right.
So now he can send somebody out there physically if he would like.
Wow.
You know, so pretty much that watchdog.
Pretty cool. Yeah, Rich, I mean, any other thoughts here? I mean, easy integration.
Yeah. No, the only thing, I like this product line. We're thinking about a few different ways about a partnership or something. We're not ready to post that, but they'll be out there like doing something with them. The whole thing that I really like about it, it's like, this is a new world, you know, it is what it is. And all I got to say is, Mr. Dealer, if you don't do it, you know, and try this, right, your competitors will. Imagine if you're in a marketplace and there's 20 dealerships in zip code 33901, and Dave is on 4 of your competitors and you guys are not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me tell you what my take on that is as a business owner. I never want my competitors to have something that I don't have.
Right. Yeah.
Because that would be a problem. And if you talk about like all these other lead gens that there is, I have the VIN retention. Bottom line is they don't.
Right.
Okay. And trust me, dealerships in a marketplace that run the VIN retention know what you're selling and what you're not. And with this, is the same type of product. Do you imagine you're in a marketplace where there's 20 stores and 4 stores have Dave and the rest don't in a 20-mile radius? You got a problem, because worst case scenario, Dave is better than not having Dave because there's nothing else that you have. So bottom line is, Dave is better than not having Dave. That's what you got to think as a dealer. Right?
Absolutely.
And I definitely, as a business owner, I definitely don't want my competitors to do something that I can't.
Right.
Because that only means that with time, I will be out of business.
Right.
Because they start, Dave, I call Dave a market share guru. He'll go into, you know what, Pac-Man?
Oh, yeah.
You know, okay, the video? Dave will go into a market. I'll put Dave in one of the dealerships and it'll be finished because Dave will eat up the market share. You know why? Because Dave communicates.
Yes.
I always said on this podcast for years, everything starts with a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave starts everything with a conversation. Whoa, Mr. Dealer, You right now have something to keep your market share, or you have something to lose your market share because your competitor is going to get it just because you think it's not good enough. You know, that's what's going to happen. And we all know dealers, they doubt every product, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They're not really doubting you, Curtis. They're not really doubting you, Will. They're not really doubting you, Lee. They're not really doubting Richie. They're not doubting ShopSmart. They're not doubting the VIN retention. They're doubting themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what the problem is. It's their own mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The newer dealers that are out there have a whole different mindset. But the dealerships, they doubt themselves. That's all it is. Because a dealership that gets so much money in revenue, just try something. Here, try it. How much money could that cost you? Nothing, because what you spend on a daily basis, forget it. It's crazy, okay?
Right.
So try it, and that's going to protect at least your market share.
Mm-hmm.
And if your other competitors are not having it, you have a problem.
Absolutely.
Because then you can eat your market share. But if the other guys have it, you have a problem in your marketplace. You can send out all the funnels you want. You can write all the content you want. You can have all the ads you want. You can have Team Velocity, Dealer Services, CDK Global. You can have them all, Cox Automotive and everything. Bottom line is, when you have something that creates conversations, you're going to get conversion. When you have something like everybody else has, do an ad, drive traffic, let's go down to church and pray that we get a lead. When you have something like what these folks have, or something like what ShopSmart has, it's in your face, and the only reason that's there is to take market share.
Right.
That's why it's there. Market share. Now think about market share, Mr. Dealer, how this here can grab your market share. And if you don't think of that, you got problems. You know, I'm very excited with the AI situation. I'm very excited about my friends that have a lot of AI solutions. Curtis just met him through somebody that's a good friend of Richie, and it's a good friend of his, and it's an executive trainer that works for a major company. And the beautiful thing about it is, in the relationship with Curtis and seeing it in a beta test store, that probably Curtis will say that at another date. Let me tell you something. When you see the results, hey, listen, Mr. Dealer, this is something you got to pay attention to. This ain't like you can go out there and get a lead from this one, from that one. You got a problem, it doesn't convert. This is not this. This is something that's going to grab the customer, and it's going to convert it. And if your competitor is doing it, you got problems. And all these guys with the nurturing and this and that and all that, and they just want to nurture the old leads, that's good. But nurturing does not start with the leads that are there 60 days or 50 days. Nurturing starts from the beginning of the process until the end.
Absolutely.
The nurturing thing doesn't start from, you're going to close some deals, maybe 6-7%. Okay. Then it's going to close right off the gate, 10-12%. Let's face it. Everybody has leads. Your conversion on leads right off the gate, 3.5 or 4%, period. 3.54%. That's convert to sale. Okay? You buy 100 leads, you're going to sell 4 cars.
Yeah. True.
4 cars, 5, 10, 15, 20. 20,000, you laid out 4,000. Right?
Yeah.
You made 20,000. Watch this. In the nurturing program, you got 7 to 8%. After you do it for 60 days, now you got another 7 to 8%. With this product, you have a shot of doing 10 to 14%. Why? Because you got a virtual like a virtual assistant, all AI generated, and it tells you it's AI because here's the other thing. If a customer asks, are you AI? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. Guess what happens? You lost credibility.
Absolutely.
Right.
The same way when I walk into a dealership, Lee, with my flyer, Lee's got the flyer and all that. If you can put it up in a minute, but you can't. The flyer, GM tells me, if you can show it to me in 10 to 15 minutes, I'll sit down with you. You know what I tell them? I'm so glad you said that. Because in 10 or 15 minutes, I cannot tell you your ROI. I can't. So why don't we do this? Why don't we pencil in availability for tomorrow? I have open from 1 to 3. What's convenient for you?
Right.
Because I would be lying to him, and the meeting would go more than 15 minutes. And guess what? He's going to think about it. Even if I close him or whatever, I sell him, whatever it is, he's going to think about, this guy lied to me. He got me 15 minutes, and now it's been 45 minutes or an hour. You have to respect others. You have to respect their time. And that's what I like about Dave, that it's telling you the truth. So now you handle that already.
Right.
Very transparent, and it's conversational. Now understand something. This is a conversational AI. That's another thing that we have to identify. Conversational. Is there a script like all the other AIs? Well, no, because he said tech on. He did this. I can get Dave right now and talk about anything that I want because I've done it already before. Anything I want. Now, there's a huge difference there. There is an opportunity there that you really have to pay attention to. Because I've been in a lot of phone calls with these AI agents. Okay? Once I say something that's not in a follow-up script or whatever, there's a problem. This is not like this. And the integration here is easy and simple, no brainer. Just like Dave. Like Dave is one of us, you know what I mean? Like you think Dave's one of us, right?
Yeah, you would.
It fooled me.
Yeah. Dave's like one of us. That's how simple it is. So this is a great opportunity for dealers, for not only dealers, wholesale divisions, all this kind of stuff. Dave can make all the folk, they can do anything for getting your acquisition, buying cars from private sellers, whatever you want to do. So this is interesting.
I just want to touch on one thing that I didn't touch on, and Will just reminded me, is that me in the car business, one of my strongest suits, I love working in the service drive. I love getting clients out of service. Those clients that just came to get their remote battery change or come to get an oil change, now they're sitting in finance because now I'm talking to them about their car. We have taught Dave to be able to identify certain cars that come into service so a client can actually interact with Dave and tell the customer, tell Dave while they're there. And you got to remember, there's going to be banners inside the service area so the client can scan there, and Dave they'll tell the Dave what their car is. And if the dealer tags that car, Dave will tell that customer, hey Lee, I see that you have this 2021 Honda Accord. Currently, we're in the market for that type of vehicle. Would you consider trading it in if the situation made sense?
Right.
We're putting people into the market that normally wouldn't have been in the market. And it's such a non-pressure situation because trust me, every client that comes into that dealership for service, they want to talk about the vehicles. But their fear is, I don't want to waste this salesperson's time. I'm not in the market. I just want to ask questions because I'm curious.
Right.
Dave handles that in a respectful way, and at the same time allows that client to make an education that's it. They might buy the car now that their car's in service.
Yeah.
Now that Dave has showed them that there's a need for your car, and studies have now shown that people, especially when they come to dealerships, are using AI to work the car deal.
Yeah.
Clients are programmed that when AI talks to you, they're getting the straight truth. So the thing about it is they're programmed to like, okay, the BS meter is not on because they know it's strictly numbers. And we make it simple. He reminds me every day, the old acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid. People want it simple. Give me, if a burger is $10, tell me the burger is $10. If I ask what are the safety features of this burger, that's what it's going to tell me. I don't need to be expert, but this is what Dave does.
Yeah. And service is such an untapped gold mine. It's unbelievable. My father was flipped twice during oil changes. One time he had the car a year and a half. No joke. He's like, I got a car. I'm like, what? You just got your car, your Lexus? And he was like, well, I was getting the oil changed, and the guy just he showed me this and he showed me that, and I knew it was a great deal. And I was like, holy cow, man! All right, yeah, I'd like to see more of that happening.
And that's the thing. Getting business where you wouldn't have normally have gotten it. Sun Tzu, the Art of War, teaches you be where your enemy is not. And if you don't have coverage on your store, holidays, you're closed. Somebody's walking your lot. That customer that's walking around your showroom at 7 a.m. because they just brought their car into service, there's no salesperson to help them.
Mm-hmm.
There's Dave.
Right.
Ask Dave.
Just ask Dave.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. Yeah, well, Rich, anything else you got? Any other questions?
No, I'm just so glad that Curtis has such great technology, and I'm glad that dealers are going to be listening to this, and it's really good. And I totally endorse this platform. Really. I mean, I've been 2 or 3 weeks. I've learned a lot from this technology, and I'm excited to announce that Chris Martinez, is coming here on Monday, and he's got an amazing technology with AI, how it's follow up. It's great for the lead generation companies out there. I mean, if you generate leads, there's no reason why you can't have him. He's a good guy. I know him for quite some time now, a lot of years going back and forth, and he's an unbelievable. He was one of the guys that developed AutoMiner, very successful. He exited out of that. So he is like really like an entrepreneur, and he's unbelievable, and he's very focused, and he understands products. Like, it's a great product. Okay, good. That can change tomorrow. And that's why he did the miner, AutoMiner that now Pure Car has. And now he's just building something else. We all understand that. We don't fall in love with products. We just fall in love with the ROI that it can do for a dealership. Because at the end of the day, that's what's really important, is how much money am I making on this, Richie?
Right. I'm
making no money on it. Nice day. Take care. I can't keep paying you if I'm not making no money.
Right.
Absolutely. Because they're already branded. You know what I mean? When you try to get a product out to the market, everybody understands what branding is. Everybody's saying conversion and all that stuff. They're already branding. They get the traffic in that website. Now what they're looking at is how many leads am I getting? What am I getting? What's my conversion? What's my conversion from showroom to sale? How many cars am I delivering? So we're excited, with this product line, and it's great. It's a great relationship with Curtis and Will that we have, and it's great. And they're here, and I'm so glad that they developed something like this. And I've been in that AI situation with agents and all that quite some time. This is something really good, dealers.
Very cool. And gentlemen, if anything else to add, or
we're doing a little just to give everybody the opportunity. Like Richie said, you're better with Dave than without. We're doing the pricing, the cost that we're doing, especially the people that are looking at this show, for the cost of a Saturday lunch for your sales team. We are willing to let you use Dave for the next 6 months. We're talking about how much is lunch cost on a weekend? Maybe for the whole month, maybe $1,000 or something like that. Yeah. Maybe. That's what we're doing. That's how much we're confident with Dave. Once you have him,
you're not going to want to let go.
You don't ever want to be without him. Period.
Yeah.
I appreciate Richie. I appreciate you all bringing us on the show. We appreciate everything you do for the military. Will's retired military 20 years. Our other partner, Martin Rozier, 20 years. Guys have seen every war since, like World War I, you know what I mean? But we really appreciate, we know what Richie has done for the car industry. We see how he's about being transparent, and that's the thing. Everybody wants transparency. We're in a day and age. There's no more hiding behind the curtain, no more Wizard of Oz, because all the clients see it. And if you're using old dealer tactics, that customer already is looking at you. Your credibility is shot.
Right.
Period.
But we do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you. Thanks for being with us today. It's an unbelievable product, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it a little bit more. And Richie, as always, thanks for having me by your side.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone out there for watching and listening. And we'll be back again. Thanks. Have a great day.
Take care.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, guys.